Hello. I wonder if you've come across a person called Nicholas Briggs, or maybe you remember Peter Hawkins. Well, these are two of the people who over the years have given the voice for Doctor Who's Daleks. You know, exterminate, exterminate, or if they were Priti Patel, plagiarize, plagiarize, give me another idea to plagiarize. That she will never actually implement. Maybe thank God. But, oh my goodness, isn't it extraordinary? She's now found her own voice. She's found somebody to provide that unique and terrifying voice. Her Nicholas Briggs is a man called Jonathan Isaby. Now, Jonathan Isaby is very interesting because Jonathan Isaby has been appointed, in the last few hours, the news has come out, he's been appointed to run her communications office. He's the communications chief for Priti Patel in the Home Office. So he's a leading civil servant. And yet he's not quite as detached from Priti Patel's political position as maybe we would want the civil service to be. Because Jonathan Isaby had previously run a thing called the Taxpayers Alliance. It sounds very cute, white and fluffy, as Mr. Putin might have said, but actually it's a very right-wing think tank, founded, I think, by Matthew Elliott. Matthew Elliott was behind the Leave campaign. He was but behind the Leave campaign, and also a journal called Brexit Central. Jonathan Isaby is part of that group. He was there in 2017, wanting to get Brexit done. The little bit of news footage that we've got of him doesn't make him look terribly clever. But I mean, do look that up. It's on YouTube. It's fascinating, where he's pontificating about Ireland. The issue isn't really what his views are. The issue isn't really that there he was saying that there were too many people taking money from Spin, and now he's doing exactly that. He was criticising the fact that people were being paid for being communications directors, and now he is the communications director. A little bit of hypocrisy there, but that's not the problem. The problem is that Matthew Elliott is linked to Dominic Cummings. They're both linked to the Leave campaign. They're both linked to the whole idea of the political ideology of Brexit. And now, as Dominic Cummings went into number 10, Jonathan Isaby is going into the Home Office to rescue Priti Patel's failing image. And it cannot really get much worse. But ideologically, we're suddenly seeing that the civil service is being undermined. We know that the present government, sort of pushed forward by Dominic Cummings, wants to reform the civil servants, wants to reform the civil service and reduce it. But now we're finding that they're sort of subverting it. The civil service has been fundamental in keeping our various governments of various ideological and political shades so focused on serving the people. Now suddenly we're finding they're creating a civil service which is in their own mould. This is very worrying, whether one's on the left or on the right or whatever political identity one's got. Suddenly we are seeing the principle, the fundamental idea of the civil service being destroyed from within. And Jonathan Isaby is a name to watch. He's also gaffe prone, so I'm sure we'll see some. Well, I'm sure we'll have a certain amount of entertainment from him. But does this mean we will no longer hear Priti Patel herself speaking like a Dalek? Speaking like, I don't think we can shut her up. It would be impossible to shut her up. You cannot silence me. You cannot silence me. I am Priti Patel. I will speak. You will be exterminated.